Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. I won't, because these topics that I go over are extremely necessary for the Black community. It just is. We either want solutions or we don't. We either want to get better or we don't. We scream about healing, but we don't want to take no medicine in order to do it. We don't want to go through the process of actually what it takes to heal. She talked about children not needing the father. And it's the selfishness of women that come from the concepts of feminism that make it to where they say the children don't need the father. Because I don't, quote unquote, need no man, so the kid don't need their daddy. If I don't need him, they don't need him. Disregarding his value and input as a father. She don't see them as two different hats that he wears. She correlate that under the same thing. If I don't like you no more as a man, as a boyfriend, as a husband, as a mate, then you serve no value at all. If you don't serve no value to me personally that I can directly benefit from, you don't have any intrinsic value as a human being, as a man. Point blank. End of the story. That's why they don't think kids need fathers. That's why, I just choose to be a single mom. And it's such an easy choice because it's a selfish choice. Don't care nothing about what the child needs. Don't care nothing about the lack of fulfillment that father feels when he knows he has children that he's being blocked and kept away from. And that he has to fight the mother to come and see. He got to fight the mother for 50-50 custody. He got to fight to come visit. He got to fight all of this fighting he got to do. And she never thinks about the psychological toll it take on him, the psychological toll it take on the child, as she feeds the child lies about why the father's not there. You can take Amara La Negra for example. What is her children gonna do without their father? Just because her and him didn't work out in a relationship or what have you, now all of a sudden her kids don't need their daddy. She'll think about whether or not he can be in their life. Since I don't want him, I don't need him. So screw them kids. Screw what they need. And we wonder why we can't unify. We wonder why we can't come together. We don't even like each other. More specifically, Black women don't like Black men. Black men love Black women. Thank you, Shay. Because if Black women didn't love, if Black men didn't love Black women, they would never talk about it. They would never talk about it. The Manosphere would never talk about women if they didn't love them, if they didn't want them. If Black men didn't want to unify with Black women, if Black men didn't want to marry Black women, if Black men didn't want to be fathers and leaders in their homes, if they didn't want to do that, they really would walk off. We talking about divesting, real divesting. First of all, you can't divest until you invest. You can't take nothing out of the pot because you didn't put nothing in but destruction and chaos and foolishness and BS. That's why you're having a hard time divesting. You having a hard time extracting the good that you put in the pot because you didn't put none in the pot. So your kids don't need their daddy because you figure you don't need no man. So this is how you abandon the post of motherhood. You abandon that post. Because motherhood ain't just you being in the house raising messed up dysfunctional kids. Motherhood isn't just you. Motherhood isn't just you going into Willie Lynch syndrome with your kids. Did we forget? Did we forget about what it is? I'm going to read you a small excerpt that I have. We breed 2 Negro males with 2 Negro females. Then we take the Negro male away from them and keep them moving and working. Say one Negro female bears a Negro female and the other one bears a Negro male. Both females being without the influence of the male image, frozen with an independent psychology, will raise their offspring into reverse positions. The one with female offspring will teach her to be like herself, independent and negotiable. We negotiate with her, through her, by her, and we negotiate her at will. I'm going to get to that later. The one with the Negro male offspring, she being frozen with a subconscious fear for his life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak, but physically strong. In other words, body over mind. Now, in a few years, when these 2 offspring become fertile, for every reproduction, we will mate and breed them and continue this cycle. That is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning. And we forgot that. We forgot it. Thank you again, Philip J. said, a young lady tried regurgitating me and abandoned kids, and it takes 2. I shut it down with, okay, you and Pookie, the pan sagger, is 2 people, and they love replacing Pookie with the word men. Right. Thank you, Chris Norwood. So that's part of the problem, is that most black men love black women. And most black women use that against black men. They do. It's true. And thank you, C Squared. Thank you, Franklin. We disregard that piece of knowledge. We don't think about it. We don't care about it. We don't deal with it because we're constantly in a state of living in the lost value system. That's what we like to do. That's what we want to do. So we abandon the post of womanhood. We abandon the post of motherhood. If he don't pay my bills, if he don't give me stuff, if he don't treat me the way I want to be treated, whether that is reasonable or unreasonable, then it doesn't matter if I bore his children. I get to decide whether or not he can be a father to them or not. And when that outcome is bad, when those children start running me over, now I want to cry and go to him and you got to help me with these kids. You got to spend time. No. You want to do it by yourself, so do it by yourself all the way to the end. Thank you, Mel. Because you will disregard the old lady that I did the video on this morning. But what did she tell you? She said what you do with your kids is you tell your husband at the end of the day which one of them you almost had to kill. Why? Why did she say that? Because there was the support of the father in that home. He provided the leadership and he provided the structure for her and those children. So when they didn't want to listen to her, the your old school big mama, what she tell you? Old school mama, what she tell you? I'm going to tell your daddy when he get home. We'll see about it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do nothing I say. I'm just going to tell your daddy. Mama, don't mama me. You had ample opportunity to do what I said. You didn't want to do it. We're going to see, do you want to tell your daddy that? Y'all can't do that now because where the daddy? You ran him off. He would be supportive, but you don't want him to do that. Part of abandoning your motherhood is abandoning your womanhood, abandoning wifehood. Thank you, Tanweer. That's a part of the abandoning of your posts. Can I get at least 500 likes? I got 509 people. I got 383 likes. Come on, bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the